Are we live? What? You don't know how to get back to it? Yep. Test, 1, 2. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that should be. Test, 1, 2. Test, 1, 2. Test, 1, 2. Okay. Test, 1, 2. Okay. Hey, David. Yeah, I'm going to invite you up to do the candles tonight. Ask Jay. Shiru Ladonai Kol Haaretz Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash Shiru Ladonai Kol Haaretz Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash. So you'll want to have a prayer book and a song sheet or supplement. They're out here in the front row in case you don't have it yet. It's great to be able to welcome you all here this evening. Thank you for braving the freezing rain and the horrible Chicago-like conditions. We are so glad to welcome you. If it sounds like I'm making fun, it's because I am. Glad to be up here with Andrew Lienhard. Please sing a new song with me. Shiru Ladonai Kol Haaretz Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash Shiru Ladonai Kol Haaretz Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash. Page 2. Shiru Ladonai Shiru Ladonai. Sing unto God all the earth a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God and we'll all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Shiru Ladonai Kol Haaretz Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash. I will sing a new song unto God. Let your soul shine in your chest. Let your heart sparkle in your eyes. Let joy fill your limbs with radiance. Let love fill your hands with splendor. You are the instrument of God's music, the tool of repairing the earth. You are the voice of wonder and awe, the song of hope and tomorrow. This gift, this majesty within is not yours to keep. It's not yours to hold. It is not yours to hide. Let your soul shine, luminous, elegant, brave, and true. A beacon of praise, a lantern of song, a summons for holiness to enter our lives and this world. Let your soul shine, set it free. Set it free to fill the space between the here and the unknown with abundance and with blessings. Page 2. Please join me. Yedid Nefesh. Yedid nefesh av harachaman, av harachaman. Meshochavecha el retzonecha, el retzonecha. Yedid nefesh av harachaman, av harachaman. Meshochavecha el retzonecha, el retzonecha. Yarutz avdecha kemo aya, ishtachave el mul adarecha. I know that many of us, perhaps all of us, are filled with anxiety and anger, frustration and fear, deep worry and concern for Israel, for the Jewish people, for our college students, and for the stories that make our hearts break of lives lost in Israel and in Gaza. And I know we're filling up on TV news, the New York Times, Thomas Friedman, Fox News, wondering what our government's going to say, what the German government's going to say. Is Hezbollah going to attack? This stuff feels so intimate. And in order for us to be able to move forward in daily life and be the blessings that we are meant to be in our immediate worlds, we have to give ourselves Shabbat. Once a week, but actually throughout each day. Breaks from it all. Not because we don't care, but because we care so much. And with the world of social media, it is so easy to get so overwhelmed and overstuffed and to lose friendships. So wherever you're at, whatever you're bringing here tonight, if it's stuff that is giving you headache, heartache, stomachache, toothache, soul ache, I want to invite you to let go of it for just a little while Because you can't fight the good fight if you're constantly overwhelmed by fear and danger, worry and concern. So invite Shabbat in. Lift you up. Yarutz avdecha kemo ayal ishtachaveh el mul adarecha. Everybody. Yedid nefesh av harachaman av harachaman meshoch avdecha el retzonecha El retzonecha. Natalie, will you please come up to light the Shabbat candles? The blessing for the candles is on page 9.
Shabbat Shalom.
You can use this light, yeah.
May the light of these Shabbat candles bring strength and warmth, brightness, and some peace to our Shabbat and to our weekend. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'echad l'ikner shel Shabbat.
Shalom, honey. Page 4. Lecha dodi. Lecha lecha dodi. Likrat kala. Pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi. Likrat kala. Pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. La 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 la. Lecha dodi. Likrat kala. Pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad, hishmianu el meyuchad Adonai echad, u'shmo echad. L'shem multiferet v'liti la 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 lecha dodi, likrat kala, pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat, lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mekor abaracha merosh mikedem nesucha. So ma'aseh b'machshavat la 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 lecha dodi, likrat kala, pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat, lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mekor abaracha merosh mikedem nesucha. סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה, לה 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 לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה וצולה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, לה 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 לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. We continue with Baruch Hu. You can find it on the supplement, but you probably know it. La 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 la. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? La 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 la. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed. Le'olam va'ed. La 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 la. La 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 la. I'm sure that some of you know this, but probably not all of you know that the Hebrew language was essentially a dead language by about the middle, up until about the middle of the 19th century. It was a language, of course, that the Torah was written in and studied in, but Hebrew wasn't really spoken as a modern language and hadn't been for about 1800 years. And with the Haskalah, with the Enlightenment, and with a renewal towards the possibility of different kinds of nation states, one of which was born out of the ancient dream of a return to Zion by the Jews. A man named Eliezer ben Yehuda became the father of modern Hebrew. And he was the one who helped Hebrew figure out how to describe things like a refrigerator. Because there's no Hebrew word for refrigerator, right? There's a Hebrew word for cold, which is kar, kuf resh. And so what is a refrigerator? Well, it's a cold maker. So that's how refrigerator got the Hebrew word of mekarer, with the word kar in the middle of it. Anyway, Hebrew is a language that has really evolved and developed so significantly over the past 150 years to adapt to modern life, and it still remains the Hebrew, the language, the Lashon Kodesh of our prayer book. This is all a long introduction to a return to our Hebrew prayer practice, which I started maybe earlier last year. Page 12. We're going to read together the Ma'ariv Aravim, but we're going to do it slowly so that you can practice, whether you're following along in the Hebrew or in the transliteration, but this way you can get a little bit of Hebrew on your tongue. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech ha'olam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, bechokma poteach sha'arim, uvitvuna meshane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umisader et hakochavim, b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtsono, borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or, uma'avir yom, umevi layla, umavdil bein yom uvein layla, Adonai tzevaot shemo. El chai v'kayam tamid yimloch alenu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. We sing together Ki hem chayenu on our supplement. Day and night, show us the way, teaching us to number our days. When we rise and when we lie down, ahavat olam. Ki hem chayenu ve'orech yameinu, uvahem negei yomam v'layla, ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Sing it quietly. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Now with ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Ki hem chayenu ve'orech yameinu. We continue with Shema, page 16. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Adonai Echad. Baruch Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod, Malchuto Leolam, Leolam Vaed. Please note that's in this prayer book, Ve'afta is on page 17, and then the middle of 19, about 5 verses from the bottom on page 19. Ve'afta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha ve'shinantam levanecha ve'dibarta ba'am ve'shivtecha ve'veitecha uvlechtecha v'aderech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha ukshartam leod al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha. Next page. Leman tizkeru ve'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim Elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. So even in the midst of the dark times, there are still simchas. And I wanted to ask if there are any you would like to share with us tonight. Debbie?
Well, I was part of the group, the CFP group that is volunteering to help a family that, a refugee family that arrived on Tuesday from El Salvador. And my part, along with a few others, was 50 partner ready. And it was wonderful. When they pulled up on Tuesday, they were driven in, and all 4 were just waving and smiling like crazy. I was able to bring a bunch of my 36-year-old old transportation boys and such, and have all these 40 boys. And they just were overly happy. But the family is doing great. And it was a wonderful honor to be able, especially with everything going on, to be able to do something like this and to actually meet people. So it was really nice to look at. And there are going to be a lot more volunteer opportunities with this family. Hopefully we can continue this in the future.
Yeah, it's a beautiful project. Thank you. Are there others? Yes, Karen.
I just wanted to make an announcement that if any of you are interested in wearing the blue pin, to remember our accomplishment, that's what I'm going to appreciate. Anytime it's asking for donation, and studying for federation and finding out that charities and federations also being approved on Tuesday morning. Thursday, I'll be part of that. Pretty important to do it. So if anybody wants to be interested.
Yeah, Gene.
Today is the birthday of the United States Marine Corps. November 10th, 1775 began as the Continental Marines. 248 years. Tomorrow is the Veterans Day. Began as Armistice Day on November 11th, 1918 at the end of the World War. Good acknowledgments for the one.
Thank you.
It's hard to top the birthday of the Marine Corps, but Monday was my husband's
Thank you. Wow, you guys sounded great. Not that I'm surprised. I mean, you sounded great. Wow, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Jay. Oh. You think she'll come next Friday? Drag her. And then we'll do the blessing for you. Yes, sure.
Thank you, celebrating Shabbat with my very best friend in the whole world. She's here from South Florida with her friends for 29 years. She came into mine as well. We came into each other's lives to teach each other, really, teach each other a lot of lessons, and we're still learning. And I'm very, very grateful for her.
Welcome. We're glad to have you. It was great to have Andrew with us. Yes, Sahel.
And we saw a preview, and Desmond and also were betting if we could on stage. But he did it. He was amazing, and that's because of my child. But I was very surprised that Alex actually did.
Well, we saw him do a bar mitzvah up here, so, no surprise. Awesome. Wonderful. Wonderful. All right, let's sing together. Micha Mocha. Page 21. Micha Mocha ba'elim Adonai. Micha Mocha nedar ba'kodesh. Micha Mocha ba'elim Adonai. Micha Mocha nedar ba'kodesh. Nora tehilot osefele. Nora tehilot osefele. Adonai imloch leolam va'ed. Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai. Micha mocha nedar ba'kodesh. Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai. Micha mocha nedar ba'kodesh. Nora tehilot osefele. Nora tehilot osefele. Adonai imloch leolam va'ed. As we rise for Amidah, that was an invitation. Please rise. I wanted to share these words with you that are inspired by Micha Mocha and feel very appropriate in our day. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. Page 24. Na 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 na. Adonai. Ananananana sfatai tiftach. Ananananana ufi yagid. Ufi yagid tehila techa. Ananananana Adonai. Ananananana sfatai tiftach. Ananananana ufi yagid. Ufi yagid tehilatecha. Ananananana Adonai. Ananananana sfatai tiftach. Ananananana ufi yagid. Ufi yagid tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avoteinu v'Imoteinu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Vekonei Hakol Vezocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem Leman Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen Baruch Ta Adonai Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah Ata Gibor Leolam Adonai Mechaye Akol Ata Rav Lehoshia Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed Mechaye Akol Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Berofei Cholim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Micha mocha Baal Gevurot Umido Melach Melech Memid Umechaye Umatmiach Yeshua V'ne'emanat Halachayot Metim Baruch Atah Adonai Mechaye HaMetim Atah Kadosh V'Shimcha Kadosh Ukdoshim b'chol yom yalucha selah Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated. I invite you to read through these next pages in silent prayer or with prayers of your heart as you sit here and give yourself this gift of Shabbat. Page 38. Yihyu l'ratzon. ratzon himrefi vehegyon libi lefanecha Adonai Tzuri Vego Ali Adonai Tzuri Vego Ali May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, O God, my rock and my redeemer. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, O God, my rock and my redeemer. I'm going to offer Misha Beirach, a bit of a different version. Well, you've heard it before, but I'm going to sing the first part and then invite names, and then we'll conclude it together. Misha Beirach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel Leah Hu Yivarech Virapeh Et Hacholim Misha Beirach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel Leah Hu Yivarech Virapeh Et Hacholim Elna Refanala Elna Refanala Elna Refanala Elna Refanala. If you would like to mention names of groups or people who you are thinking of in need of healing, please rise where you are seated. I'll invite you to mention their names, and then once you have done so, I invite you to be seated once again. refanala, elna refanala, elna refanala, elna refanala. Mi shebera Avotenu Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah, Uyivarech, Virapeh, et Hacholim.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
It's wonderful to see you all here. Thanks for braving the cold weather to be with us. I missed y'all last week when I was away. It was my nephew's bar mitzvah, so it was very different in Virginia. We went to a wonderful synagogue, and it was a great time, but I must tell you this. After services, both my kids whispered something to me, and they said, "Mom, this was different. Our Rabbi Scott wasn't here." I didn't feel the same. So I mentioned that to Rabbi Scott, and I'm just telling y'all, my kids are 16 and 13. So for them to see what a unique person we have here leading our congregation and being our rabbi, we should all be so blessed. And on his eves before his birthday on Monday, we pray that God continues to bless him with good health and the success that he has, and a wonderful family and a wonderful congregation community who adore and appreciate him so, so much. So happy early birthday to you, as I miss the singing. We have a few announcements just to keep you all in the loop of what's happening. Today is technically the last day if you want to become a sponsor to our gala event that's happening on January 20th, 2024 at the JCC Houston. It's our print deadline. So if you want to be included in the invitation print, please submit your information to me shortly. You could send it to me Monday, that would be okay as well, but we're going to get those invitations printed and sent out rather quickly, so we want to make sure all of those who wish to be honored and shown their support to CSK is listed in that invitation, and we really appreciate all of the sponsors that we have had thus far, and to let you all know you can continue sponsoring throughout November and January and December, obviously, but we are really grateful to the community for what we have received thus far. Next Friday, here we will be back for Shabbat services. We will be welcoming John Nelson, who was a wonderful Jewish musician, who will join Rabbi Scott and Kelly Dean. We really hope that you guys come and give him a warm CSK welcome as we introduce this new musician to you guys. After Shabbat services, Jane Shapiro from Houston Jewish Funerals is hosting a Shabbat dinner for us to kind of talk about funeral planning. I know it's nothing we all want to talk about, but sadly, we all need to talk about it and plan with it. So if you'd like to join the Shabbat dinner afterwards, there's an RSVP link in the emails that you have received from us. Simply RSVP. It's hosted by them, so it will be a lovely Shabbat dinner. And we hope that you guys can see what she has to say about how we can plan for some things that we're not so happy to talk about. Also, CSK is very excited to be partnering with PJ Library for a Tot Shabbat. This Tot Shabbat will happen on Saturday, November 18th at 9:30. Our wonderful Rabbi Scott will be leading the fun with these kids at 9:30 a.m. and it will be at Proctor Plaza Park. More information will be coming out on Monday, and PJ Library will be publicizing it as well. So if you have youngsters at home, we'd love to have you join. Also, just a reminder, on Thanksgiving week, that Friday, November 24th, we will not be hosting Shabbat services here. We will miss you all terribly, but we will reconnect the following week. So we will see you all then. And then lastly, just to let you guys know, be on the lookout Monday. We have Hanukkah coming up, and CSK Day on Friday, December 8th at the Murfish Teen Center, and we cannot wait to celebrate this day with you guys. We have a couple surprises that we can't wait to share. RSVP link will be sent out Monday, so please be sure to attend. It will be $10 for adults and $8 for children to enjoy, so we hope to see you all there. Thank you all so much. And lastly, before Rabbi Scott continues, Cheryl, I know wanted to come up and briefly discuss something that we're so excited to bring to you guys in January.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Hi, all of you in TV land. Assuming that they're there.
Thousands.
Thousands. Okay, well, I always do better with a larger crowd. Anyway, I'm very, very excited that I'm going to be bringing a new program to CSK. Guys, you don't have to pay attention because it's a women's spirituality circle. We're going to meet once a month at my home. It's going to be the fourth Wednesday of the month in the evening. I live in the Greenway area, plenty of parking, lots of seating. And what is it? My goal is to create a safe space for us as women to share our beliefs and our experiences while we explore the themes of the Torah, women's spirituality, and spirituality and women's issues in a safe space with no judgment. And we welcome all of you. We would love for it to be multi-generational. So if there are other people within our community that don't always come to services or don't ever come to services, but would like to be part of it, please reach out. Tiffany will be promoting promoting's a fine word, promoting it, and I will be available to answer any questions that you might have, and I hope that you'll join us. Thank you.
Oh, back
to Tiffany?
Yeah, back to you.
Back to Tiffany.
Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you so much. Yes. We're one of the hosts for the event on the 14th. What's the name of the book?
It deals with
Sports,
baseball.
right? It's about
Yeah.
baseball. It's a baseball. It's a Jewish baseball book. What? The what? Pamphlet? It's a ha. So yeah, it's Tuesday night. What's that? Question? Do we have a question? Pam? Oh, okay. All right, so I just realized what time it is, which means you're probably going to get most of my sermon in a blog next week. But I wanted to make sure to tell you that tomorrow morning, Jewish Trails is continuing at the Arboretum. That is a program for young families, 9:45 at the Arboretum. And if you are just dying for some CSK-ish service on the Friday of Thanksgiving weekend, and you can wait a couple of hours, as it turns out that while I am off, I am not apparently entirely off, because I will be in Los Angeles, where I have two sisters who are cantors, and Lizzie said, "Oh, Scotty, you can lead services with me." So I'll be leading services at Emmanuel Beverly Hills that Friday night, and it'll be live streamed. So if you would like to wait a couple hours, you can join us at that time. The Torah portion this week is Chaye Sarah, which means that 41 years ago, this Torah portion was my bar mitzvah. And I'd like to believe that I've probably grown and developed since then in terms of my understanding of the depth of this Torah portion. But I am particularly interested in sharing one piece that I think is super important. So this is the Torah portion when Sarah dies. It's called Chaye Sarah, the life of Sarah. But it begins with the death of Sarah. But it says, and Sarah's life was 127 years. Sarah passes away. Abraham then makes the first official purchase of land from Ephron the Hittite. He buys land on the Canaanite land, and this becomes the first official purchase of the Israelite people, well, Abrahamic people at that point. And a lot happens in this Torah portion. Sarah dies, Abraham buys land, Abraham sends Eliezer, his servant, to find a wife for Isaac. He finds a wife for Isaac. Isaac meets Rebekah. They're married. And a lot happens in this Torah portion. But while this is all happening, Isaac isn't around. There's a lot of buzz and attention about Isaac. But Isaac doesn't seem to be around. And the question is, well, where is Isaac? Well, where had Isaac come from? Well, immediately prior to this was the Akedah, right? The binding of Isaac. Well, one could probably imagine several reasons why Isaac wanted to make himself scarce. He had just almost been sacrificed at the top of Mount Moriah. And as the text ends in the previous Torah portion, it says, and Abraham returned to Beersheba. It doesn't say anything about Isaac. My vision that I've shared with you before is Isaac basically said, yeah, you stay ahead of me. I want to keep you in my sights. But the question is, where is Isaac? And then Isaac reappears in this Torah portion. The text says that Isaac comes from having been in the arena, in the area of Be'er Lahai Roi, the well of the one divine who sees me. That's the name, that's what the meaning of that is, Be'er Lahai Roi. And how do we know Be'er Lahai Roi before this? Well, that is the spot where Hagar runs away to. When she runs away from Sarah, when she becomes pregnant, and Sarah is not being nice, and Hagar runs away, she finds herself in a place that she calls, Hagar names, Be'er Lahai Roi, the source of the divine one who sees me. That becomes the name of this space. So then, later on, Isaac reappears into the story. Where has he been? He has been at Be'er Lahai Roi, which you can imagine spurs on the rabbinic imagination of what was Isaac doing and what's the connection perhaps to Hagar. But it goes further because the text says, what was Isaac doing in the field? The text says he was lasuach basadeh, which is translated to mean that he was dwelling in the fields. And the text suggests that while all of this energy and attention is going on, where Abraham is buying land and then finding him a wife, and then finding the servant and sending him to find a wife, and then securing the wife, and all this energy and all this attention, Abraham is trying to make sure that he stays in control so that all of the blessing comes to be. Isaac is dwelling in the field. Isaac is meditating, the rabbis teach. Isaac becomes the one who is apparently the author of afternoon prayer. That's what the rabbis teach, that Isaac is the author of the mincha service, that he is lasuach basadeh, that he is meditating in this space in the middle of nature. It even goes so far as to suggest that he has actually been with Hagar, visiting Hagar, right? Hagar is the mother of his older half-brother. And he is sharing his story with Hagar, who herself had been burned by her relationship with Abraham. But then there's another midrash that suggests what was Isaac doing? He was going to Hagar to bring her to his father because he had just lost his mother. This whole midrashic world establishes these two angles, these two approaches when life feels like it's upturned. Abraham is running around trying to get everything secured, everything taken care of, trying to cross his T's and dot his I's, trying to take care of all of the details. Isaac is trying to feel the experience, trying to get to the sense of how do I find the oneness in this brokenness. And it struck me as a beautiful parsha, as a reflection upon what we are doing in our Jewish community, what Israelis are doing in their own communities. There's so much energy and there's so much desire to control, so much desire to get safety, so much desire. And I want us also, and it's a privilege, but I want us also to be able to step back and breathe and look at the world and get a sense of how are we moving from here to something better. It may not be something that we can do yet, right now. But I want our world, my prayer for our world is that we are looking at this and then we are looking beyond it to ask, how can we build a better world, a safer world, a more just world, a kinder world? And I think we have to have both the busyness of engaging and taking care of all the details and the ability to step away and let go. That's what I want to share with you tonight. Karen? That's a midrash. That's a midrash. There's a question. He married Keturah, and there's a suggestion that Keturah is actually Hagar, and there's a biblical text that connects Keturah. Anyway, but yeah, there's no clarity. Officially he marries somebody named Keturah, but then there's a rabbinic suggestion that Keturah is Hagar. So, yes. Yeah. Shabbat Shalom. Please rise. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר היה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו echad. As we turn towards Kaddish, I invite you to stand where you are seated. If you would like to mention names of people you are thinking of, I will invite you to mention their names aloud, and then I invite you to remain standing. Anyone would like? Okay.
Melvin Dow and Dr. Salat Jehan Khan.
We rise with you. Turn to page 103. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah. Ve'alma divra chirute v'amlich malchute. V'chayechon uvyomechon v'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam ulomei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmed kudsha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata ta'amiran ve'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemai v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the one who makes peace in the high places make peace upon us, upon all Israel and all the world, and let us say Amen. And we conclude with Oseh shalom. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru imru. Amen. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Please join us in the foyer for Kiddush and Motzi. Please leave your books in here. And if you are so moved after Motzi, you want to come back in here to help me break this down, you are more than welcome.